to Underrated Movies. I'm your guy, I'm your man, Mr. Alton Henry. Today I'm going to talk to you about another uniquely underrated film that I had the pleasure to watch, and it took me a while to to talk about this film. I've been busy, but it's a film that I knew of its reputation after hearing about it. I don't remember how I discovered it, but I am going to talk about my first television film that I'm going to recommend to you that was not in theaters, television film. And it's the British 1985 film Threads, starring quite a few actors. And it's a story that um, pretty much puts you in in a story of what if there was a huge nuclear bomb that went off in a town, and the citizens felt the repercussions of that. And the film kind of shows you what would it be like if there was a situation like that. And well, it kind of got me. And it's a film I could tell you it's a movie you may not be able to get through all the way because of its realism, its bleakness, its uniquely predictions of what it would be like. And I thought the film was very good and production value was well done. I think well for the time the movie was made over I think $500,000 for a TV film, and that's pretty good. I think at that time was pretty good. Uh man, I don't know where to start. I could probably tell you the film focuses on three different groups of characters. You have a family that is dealing with a son and a daughter about to have a family, and they're kind of scared about taking that leap of starting a family during the height of nuclear threat. There's another story that involves a group of um, government officials that are uh, trying to figure out the situation involving this nuclear uh, event that occurs, and another family that is trying to deals with another family. And the film chronicles a woman from one of the from one of the families because she's pregnant, kind of just dealing with the situation that leads to it. The movie kind of jumps around a little bit from story to story, from character to character, but mostly in situations of what they've dealt with during this event. And the event is catastrophic and it's very horrific. It's not horrifically like very violent and detailed, but there's a lot of hopelessness and bleakness to it. And I can tell you this film does fall into a hopelessness kind of mood that you just kind of just fall into when you're watching this film. Trust me, it's a film that I think a lot of horror films should feel like. And this is not a horror film, but there's, I guess, a sense of horror. What would happen if that literally took place, and how the government, how people would respond to it with mutation, a lack of food or resources, where the government's controlling the resources, people who are victimized by the threat, the way to the procedures of how they would detain and hold people against their will to suppress them from possibly spreading out other nuclear contamination, and how it would affect the atmosphere. And the movie kind of chronicles from years of how it would affect. I think the film chronicles a good maybe 10 years, possibly maybe even 15 years, because there is a something that happens. I'm talking about the girl who's pregnant, where she does give birth, and you see her arc, which is depressing. I'm not gonna lie to you, of her child having to deal with having to grow up in a world where it's just hopelessness. Having to raise a girl or raise a child into that environment, and then there's some things that does happen to the kid. I won't say what it is, but it does end on a very haunting and scary thought of what a world like that would be like. And I know from what I'm talking about, I'm steering people away from this, but I am recommending that you check this film out. To kind of experience it yourself. It's kind of an experience film where you're not necessarily rooting for the characters. You are understanding their situations, but when they experience the effects of a nuclear effect, it is it is hard to watch. It is hard to grasp on that, and it does. And I know we just got off from the Christopher Nolan's Oppenheimer. It's what the horrors of what Oppenheimer feared is that now the government has, or people have control over a powerful weapon, and something like this catastrophic has happened, and it is scary. Afraid of monsters and all that. Nah, people are scary. People with power can be scary. You can watch it available on Tubi, or you could pretty much watch it on YouTube for free. Um, I do recommend either or platforms, but whatever is easier to access this film. Let it be known you're probably going to want to take a shower after watching this film. Threads, have you seen it? Comment below, let me know if you have, and let me know what is your favorite underrated movie.